Hey, it's Julie Kaylin, your favorite happiness coach, voiceover artist, and songstress, singer-songwriter. And today I wanted to record a video for you on how to get started in voiceovers. Because as a voiceover artist whose voice has been heard by millions of people around the world and whose voice has been featured on projects for major brands, I am asked this question all the time. So I wanted to give you guys the knowledge to get started if you want to in voiceovers. So now is really a good time to get started in voiceovers because anybody with a halfway decent microphone and a computer can do it. And I'm definitely not saying it's going to be easy, far from it. But if you have the drive and dedication to it, you can and anyone can do well in voiceovers. So like the basic things you need, of course, as I just mentioned, is a decent microphone to get started in voiceovers. And this is one area that you do not want to skimp on because your microphone is going to be one of the most important things in your signal chain, if not probably the most important thing. Well, besides your voice. But here is the microphone I use, and it's a Studio Projects T3 microphone, and it costs around $500. Don't expect to pay less than several $100s for a good microphone. There's no reason for you to spend several $1,000s, in my opinion, on a microphone, but definitely at least spend a couple $100s and research a microphone a bit online. Another good thing to do when choosing a microphone is to go to like your local music store and ask the person working there to set up a few microphones for you, and you could hear how you sound in each different microphone. And this is really good to do because depending on your voice, you'll probably sound good in different microphones. So, you know, a female with a high speaking voice might sound very different in one microphone as opposed to a male with a very low speaking voice in another microphone. So that's one of my best advice for besides looking online and researching microphones a bit, is to go and actually try them out before buying them to make sure that you like the way you sound out of that particular microphone. And the next thing you will need is, besides a good microphone, is an audio interface. And that's basically, if you're not familiar with audio engineering or audio technology at all, that's basically the thing that is your microphone is going to plug into before you plug your microphone into your computer, and it's going to turn the audio of your voice into, you know, zeros and ones and bytes and all that computer language so that your computer could understand what your microphone is telling it. And I have a very basic, let's see, I'm trying to read what I have here. I have a Focusrite Scarlett. It's a couple $100s again, and that's all you're going to need. But definitely don't skimp on it, but don't pay several $1,000s because that's way overkill and more than you are ever going to need. So expect to pay a few $100s for a good microphone, a few $100s for a good audio interface, and then that is going to plug into your computer. And that is all you need as far as spending any money as far as the technology goes. From there, you're going to need audio software, and you could get free audio software to edit your recordings. And one that many people use is called Audacity, and that is available for free online. It's open source software. And that's fine for just getting started in voiceovers. And you really don't have to, you need to learn the basics of the software, but you don't need to do anything complicated. I do not really do any complicated audio editing when it comes to voiceovers. Very, very little. My more complicated stuff I'll cover in another video, but for getting started in voiceover, you just need to know the basics. Trust me on this. So get Audacity. And if you don't like Audacity for some reason, you can move up to higher end audio software. I personally use Adobe Audition just because it has some advanced audio editing features that I like, but you'll be just fine starting off in voiceovers using Audacity. And just make sure you have a quiet recording space as well. That is another important thing. Just make sure, your air conditioning isn't running or your heat isn't running. Turn those off while you're recording. Just make sure, if you have small kids or something, that you're recording in another room, things like that. Common sense stuff for recording audio. So what else? That's basically all you need as far as the technical aspects. Then from there, what you are going to need is a decent audio demo of your work so that you could show that to potential clients to get voiceover work. And many people in the voiceover world, you will hear say, get it professionally produced. And I would say when you're just starting out, you do not have to do that. Just basically, you might be able to find someone on, Craigslist or Fiverr or something who will put together a voiceover demo for you for pretty cheap, or you could just put it together yourself. Just figure out on Google. It's basically just Google how to make your own demo. And you're basically going to put 5 or 6 different clips in different voiceover styles together so that a potential voiceover client is going to hear that you could do a really high energy read or a really laid back and low key read. It's basically just to show your versatility as a voiceover artist. And what it's going to be is, don't make it more than a minute long. It only needs to be a minute long in total. So it's not anything huge or fancy, but do make sure to, it has background music clips, and you could get this for cheap on using audio blocks or something. So that's a way that you could produce a voiceover demo for yourself very cheaply. I would say, unless you are a very experienced voiceover professional, you do not need to spend thousands of dollars getting a voiceover demo produced. That's only if you've been working in this business for a very long time and you're going off after the very high-end jobs. You do not listen to anyone that tells you you need to spend several $1,000s on a voiceover demo just starting out in the voiceover industry, because that is ridiculous. If you, you have to be very careful who you listen to in the voiceover industry, as in any area of the entertainment industry, because unfortunately there are some people who will try and steal your money. And if you're not careful and if you're not smart and you're just spending your money recklessly, you can definitely get into trouble in this business. So definitely, when you're starting out in voiceovers, have your demo done by someone for very cheap, for a couple $100s or less, or do it yourself. That's perfectly acceptable when you're just starting out. So the third and most important thing that you're going to need when starting out in voiceovers is you're going to need to market yourself. So just because don't think that because you put your voiceover demo online, that you're going to get voiceover work pouring in, because that's just not how it works. And don't think that just because if you do happen to land a voiceover agent, don't think that just because you have an agent that voiceover work is going to come pouring into you, because that is not how it works at all. The most important thing you're going to need is to be able to market yourself in this industry. It's a very competitive industry, like I said, because anyone can get started in voiceovers. Many people are. And so that means the marketplace is very crowded. And that doesn't mean that you can't succeed in it, but you are going to need to market yourself very heavily. And you can do this very easily through just basically Googling people in your niche in voiceover. For instance, I do a lot of commercials. And so I will just Google video production companies that produce commercials. And that's a way that I will make a lot of contacts in the industry, and I will send them an email just introducing myself. Since I have experience, I'll tell them about my experience. But if you don't have any experience in voiceovers yet, don't worry about that at all. You could just send them your voiceover demo as an attachment, or ideally you'll have a website made. But if you don't, again, you could just send your simple voiceover demo that you made as an attachment. And that is good to get you started in voiceovers. But just do not get discouraged, because like I said, because it's a competitive field, it's definitely voiceover marketing is definitely a numbers game. So you're going to have to be sending out hundreds of emails before likely you will get one client. And that is not unusual at all. Don't think that means you're untalented or anything, because the same is true for me. And I have many credits by major brands, and I have again, voice heard by millions of people around the world, but in many ways, it doesn't matter because each new email that you send is a new ball game and a new client that you're trying to make. So don't get discouraged. I mean, if you're one of those people that is going to get all upset if you email one person back and they don't email you, the voiceover industry is probably not for you, and just the entertainment industry as a whole is, sadly, I will say, probably not for you, because you definitely need some thicker skin in this industry, and to understand that it's a numbers game and that you need to be sending a huge number of demos out, of your voiceover demos before you are likely going to land one voiceover client. But that being said, those are the three basic things you need to get started in voiceover. So, like the good microphone and the decent home recording setup is what you need, along with a simple voiceover demo and those marketing skills to make sure you email a lot of people in your target market and do not get discouraged at all, because if you do that consistently over time, and don't think it's going to happen over weeks either, it's going to take several months of work, but eventually you are going to start getting clients and getting voiceover work. And, if all that doesn't discourage you yet and you still love it after that, then you are going to be building a great future for yourself in voiceovers as either a hobby or as a full-time profession. So I definitely hope this helped you. If you need any more help or advice with voiceovers, I do voiceover consulting and coaching as well. So if you need additional help from me, definitely feel free to reach out to me at my email address, which is listed in the description box below. Also, please like this video and comment on it if you have any questions or anything. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel to hear more voiceover tips, as well as some of my voiceover work. And I put other stuff on this channel like happiness tips, meditations, and my music and other fun stuff like that I have been working on as well. So thank you so much for watching. Hoped these tips help you, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Okay, thanks. Bye.